Hello and welcome to Thursday's video. Today we're going to be talking about failure because I just experienced one a couple of days ago. Well, technically yesterday, but the failure happened a couple of days ago. And I would like to talk about it while it's fresh in my head. So Sunday's video, I'm not too sure if you guys saw it. That was the Second Amendment Freedom Ride event that happened last Sunday, of course. And I was tasked to record and photograph it. And I ended up getting a little bit over ambitious with myself. So what I tried to do was I tried to record a little bit more in the early time of the event and kind of scatter my pictures in between, but mainly save the pictures for the later half, or at least like the later quarter, whatever was supposed to end it off. Long story short, that ending part never really happened. So I was left without like the photos that I was really trying to go for. And I essentially was also left with incomplete video footage of the event, since the event didn't technically complete. And that put me in a predicament with my client, because my client was expecting photos and video. And I said I could deliver those two things. And essentially, regardless of the circumstances, I failed to deliver those. I failed to deliver a majority of things that I said I was going to deliver. And that's on me. The circumstances are what they were, but I still had a part to play in my failure point. Now I was able to get some pictures from like video stills, but of course, if you know photography and videography, those aren't like the best. But quite frankly, that was what I could provide because that's what I had. Now hindsight's 20/20, it always is, and it will always like to point out where you went wrong. In hindsight, I could have, instead of doing 60/40 video and photo, I could have switched it and did 60/40 photo and video. Prioritize the photo more. And quite frankly, I would not have known to really do that because I didn't know what the circumstances would turn out to be. However, this goes into my main point of this video. Anytime you fail at something, that is an opportunity to either one, give up, or two, understand where you went wrong and push forward to be better next time. Quite frankly, I did not take that failure well. Just because I'm failing an individual and myself as well. I don't like failing people. I don't think anyone really does. It just tends to linger with me a little bit longer when I do. So it wasn't fun. But when I do see my client today, I'm going to own up to it. I'm going to take full responsibility. And whatever consequences come after that, so be it. Because at the end of the day, I need to stay honest to my own mistakes and honest to myself. If I try to use circumstances as an excuse, yes, the circumstances did exist in a way that left me with kind of incomplete footage or whatever. But I could have planned better ahead and I could have made better decisions. So does it suck? Absolutely. I hate it with every fiber of my being, but I cannot change the past. I can only look at the past and use it as a learning experience going forward. Now, I don't know how long it'll take me to get over the failure, but I don't necessarily see that as a bad thing, because that also means that I'll keep using it as a teaching moment for when I do another event. I will know not to make these certain decisions because this other thing might happen. And quite frankly, that's just life. Life is a series of lessons. If you don't think you're never going to make mistakes, then you're fooling yourself. Because at the end of the day, we all make mistakes, but you can't always beat yourself up about it. You have to trust that you're making the best decisions with all the information that you have at the moment. And whatever happens after that, that's what happens. You have to own it. You have to own it completely. Because if you watch my previous videos, I don't remember which one it was, but I stated, you have to take full ownership of your mistakes, everything that happened to you, and where you are right now in life. Because if you take ownership of it, that means you also have control of it. And that means you can change it. If you can change it, you can work towards making a better life for yourself. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to own up to it, take responsibility, and move on. Because that's all I can do. I can't change the past. I can't fix my mistakes. I can only look at what I did wrong and see the right path. So when I do it next time, I will choose the right path. And everything in life is about choice. Almost everything. And trying to learn from your mistake doesn't always guarantee a positive result. Because you can prepare for a scenario in the same setting, but when you get to that again, the scenario can be completely different. Same setting, but slightly different scenario. So you're not guaranteed, I'm not guaranteed to avoid making that mistake again. Because I could make that mistake again, but in a slightly different way. So it really just comes down to trying. That is the whole goal. Did I try? Yes. Did I do as much as I could have that day? Most likely not. Can I try harder next time? Absolutely. I have to remember these things because I have to consistently try to hold myself to a higher standard each day. Because if I do that, I will be improving at least a little bit. Doesn't have to be a lot, at least a little bit each day. And by the time I turn around, I won't really recognize how far I have come. So that's all I got for you guys today. It was more of just like a story, kind of story time. I appreciate you all for watching. I'm going to do what I said I was going to do. And I will see you guys, actually Sunday. Yeah, I'll see you guys in next Sunday's video. Hopefully the circumstances for that video will be a little bit better. So, yeah. You guys take care. Jesus is King. Have a good day. Peace.